it starts out being like, oh, well, this is like, we get some slow world building, but then when you actually understand the pace that this show is eventually going to take. Sorry, there's an ice cream truck outside. I have no idea.
Okay, so Jose, that's going to be the intro.
We have to wait for the ice cream truck.
Hold on. Do I hear that in the monitor? Hold on. Yeah, we're not picking it up at all.
Holy shit.
Yeah, dude.
Wow, the noise cancellation's awesome.
Did you really just stop for us for no reason?
I guess I did.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's 2FAST2MOVIE. I'm your host, Abraham. That's Ben Collins. We're talking about Season 2, Episodes 1, 2, and 3 of Attack on Titan. Yeah, Season 2, I did the whole thing. We literally already started, then Ben stopped us because he thought he heard an ice cream truck in the microphone, but it was just coming from outside.
You know, audio quality is important.
It is, but
the people that watch this thing, they're usually not looking at monitor. They usually just have it on the background. We are effectively a podcast.
Anyways, before we begin, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications, because we post videos all the time, and spoilers ahead for not just this episode, but all of Attack on Titan. You have been warned.
Are you just going to be like this?
I'm just a little upset that we were recording for about a solid 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, that's fair.
I forget what tangent we were even on. Oh no, we were talking about the bad pacing of Season 1.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it's
yeah,
bad.
it's bad. There's no reason for the story to. The fact is that most of Season 1 can be summarized a lot quicker and in fewer beats than they had pages and minutes.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, the whole thing could have taken not 13 episodes. If I'm being honest,
I think around 15 is probably.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think so.
Put it between 15 and 16, and you could have done it at a reasonable pace.
Yeah,
there's
flashbacks are kind of of course. The Levi squad flashbacks, we needed that kind of in order to make their deaths even feel like something.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's like even ignoring flashbacks, there's a little bit of not boomerang dialogue, but you will have this is actually a perfect example to cite. Throughout all of Season 1, the intros to the episodes are basically just
recaps,
full-blown recaps of 2 to 3 minutes. I think at one point there's just a straight-up recap episode thrown in the middle of there.
Yeah,
and it's very clear that they're trying to make it within Japan's, I think it's 23, 24 episode season.
26. I gotta go back and check, but I believe normally it's in the first season. Normally it's 13. Because you do that to do a short run.
Yeah.
But in this, sometimes they do 26.
I thought they did a mid-season break for this as well.
They did. So,
okay.
Yeah. That's why they changed the intro and everything like that. Yeah. So 13 episodes technically, but if it's the whole of Season 1.
Yeah, it's it has its own problems there.
Right. Regardless, Season 1 is over. It's in the books. Now we're talking about Season 2, and goddamn, this season starts off with a goddamn bang, because we get Beast Titan, we get Connie, and then a few episodes later the reveal of
Reiner and Bertold. Yeah. It's a lot sooner than you think it would.
Yep. Which we will have to hold your horses there, buddy. We're gonna get there. But I guess in the meantime,
well, I mean, no one holds horses quite like Zeke.
Holy shit, you're right, though. No one holds horses quite like Zeke, indeed. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the recap, and then we'll talk more about the episode.
Yeah.
All right, so Titans are in the walls, and the church doesn't want anyone knowing why. After interrogating Pastor Nick, Hanji gets word that the Survey Corps to the south have spotted Titans. Big text 12 hours earlier. At a base south of the inner wall, the new scouts are being held because they are still suspected of being Titan shifters. However, the Titans, as previously mentioned, are spotted coming from the south. Could the second wall have been breached? Well, either way, the word needs to be spread to the nearby towns to prevent casualties. Mike Zacharias, I had to Google how to pronounce that name, the guy with the great sense of smell, goes off to defeat the Titans. However, one of them looks off. It's basically a big old monkey that can play baseball, and it chucks Mike's horse right at him. And it then speaks and asks what the device around Mike's waist is. After getting no answers from a shell-shocked Mike, the appropriately named Beast Titan takes the gear and commands the Titans to kill him. Meanwhile, Connie is going through his own nightmare. He comes home to his village that's in the direction the Titans came from, and the only thing he finds is a Titan lying prone inside of his house. As he gets ready to leave, he hears it say, "Welcome home." Meanwhile, Sasha saves a girl, Kaya, from a Titan that had been eating her half-alive mother. We also get some backstory from Sasha and her father, and it also basically just boils down to be who you are and don't be ashamed of who you are. Aaron, Mikasa, Armin, Hanji, Levi, and Pastor Nick all begin to ride south. And a lot of interesting things are mentioned here. Mainly that the walls are made of the same materials Aaron and Annie's hardening. Whatever secrets Pastor Nick has, he is not willing to share. And it's implied by later seasons that he's dropped off at Trost on Hanji's orders. He also drops another major bomb, that Krista has the answers to the secrets of the walls. Finally, the scouts meet up and discover that no search party has discovered the supposed hole in the wall. Seeking refuge, they decide to hold up in the abandoned castle. All the while, the Beast Titan watches. Oh.
So I just had a cursed thought.
Oh no. Why? Don't share it, please.
Too bad.
Oh.
So is no one going to talk about the fact that the Beast Titan is just Zeke's Fursona?
Okay, so let's talk about Connie.
I'm just saying, he picked that form.
He didn't pick it.
Nah, we know that the previous Beast Titan was a bunny who had a bunny doll, and he had an ape doll, and he chose ape.
Oh yeah, and the other guy had a sheep doll. I don't know. I think that okay, he had an ape doll, but does that mean like, oh, I like monkey, I'm gonna be monkey?
But we saw that the previous person like
had a sheep.
But I'm just saying, your persona doesn't. You don't pick your persona picks you.
It's like your Hogwarts house.
Yep.
Well, yeah, that would explain also in season 2 the opening.
Yep.
You know how like there's a dinosaur.
Oh yeah, no,
it's like a whale.
Oh my god, I was watching that with again, like watching it with your partner, and like now it's like, oh, the imagery in season 2's opening, by the way, is
where the fuck are the dinosaurs gonna come in?
Like it's just like, that is just a fucking flying whale, and she's like, all the Titans must be part animal, and I'm just like, girl, I wish you were right. Like, I wish that's where we were going.
It's more likely to just that every Beast Titan has its own animal. Yeah. So
I feel like that's what it was.
Because the other guy was a ram, I think.
He was like a sheep
dude. Did we ever see his Titan?
We saw like an outline of it, I think, at one point.
And we also there's a doll.
And he had a sheep doll. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
enough of that Fursona talk. Let's talk about Connie, because, oh boy,
yes,
not a good day for Connie.
Nope.
His whole village.
Oh man, and a good old shitty old Reiner gaslighting him immediately. Hey, I think that Titan just said something.
Shut the fuck up, Connie. You don't know what you're fucking talking about.
We got to keep our eyes on the mission. You got to keep your eyes on the mission, otherwise people are gonna die because of you. I'm like.
And here's the thing, I think Reiner knew.
Oh, 100%.
He knew what that was, because he didn't see the Beast Titan yet.
No.
But he only knows probably one person who can turn that many people that quickly into
Titans.
And also the fact that it was lying prone means that it was turned from the inside.
Yep.
So
no,
Reiner
knew immediately, and not only that, Reiner. You can actually kind of read abject terror on Reiner's face throughout portions of this.
Oh, when the Beast Titan, from the point that the Titans start coming, to like when they
see the Beast Titan for the first time,
they are completely shook.
Yeah,
it's like kind of scary that they're even like, oh my god, like that's our boss. Fuck, that's our boss.
Shit, the manager's here. We've been goofing off for 4 years.
Yep.
Fuck, quick, everyone acts like you're doing something.
quick, take Aaron before he comes.
Yep. No, it was like you can totally tell that that's what's going on, and that kind of feeds into that panic. But like, Connie's not going to get that closure for like a hot second.
Yeah, he doesn't get the closure until the end of the season, really.
Yeah.
Because that's the only time where they're like, "Yep, we confirmed it." Like,
yeah. And like when you compare that, like Connie's having the worst day ever, and my favorite thing is that episode is paired with Sasha's episode.
Yeah.
And like Sasha's like totally. I'm.
I mean,
okay.
it's not
I'm
her
gonna say.
village.
I'm gonna say something.
Go for it.
I don't think we needed it.
I'm gonna say something even crazier. You want me to say my hot take?
Sure.
Sasha is an overrated character.
Oh,
yeah.
I can already hear people pressing the unsubscribe button and the thumbs down button.
I know.
Oh, no.
Here's the problem.
What did you just do?
Here's why. I understand people who, and this is obviously talking from someone who has seen season 4.
Yes.
I understand liking Sasha. I understand, like, because, like, it's like a comedic relief character who likes potatoes and, like, can kill stuff and is great with a bow and arrow. Like, it's not a bad character by any means.
No.
But I think her death and the hatred that ensued because of it was completely unwarranted.
I'll totally go.
Which makes me then look at every moment to go, okay, what character moments is everybody seeing that made them, like, say, I want to kill this 10-year-old child because they killed the potato girl. And I'm looking at all these moments, and there's, like, Sasha doesn't have any arcs.
No, she doesn't.
Which is why I'm like, as a character, I think she's overblown.
The only moment of character development that she has throughout the entire show is what we just watched with her coming into her own of like, oh, you speak with a funny accent, which by the way, if you were like me and you only watched the subbed version of the show, you didn't even realize was a thing.
It is. I mean, you might not be able to tell, but apparently there is a different Japanese dialect that they use for Sasha's dad. And
they don't do a great. My issue is that they don't do a great job of writing it in the whoever does subtitles. It doesn't come across. Really? Yeah, because the only time that it's ever noticeable is that episode.
So, no, because I think Sasha hides it because she's ashamed of who she is.
Fair.
That's the thing. Her dad has that whole, like,
Southern drawl.
We're talking like this.
We talk like you're...
Like down in the South, you know?
I don't know if this is an Appalachian accent or a Mississippi accent.
Anyways, he talks like that, and Sasha's, like, talking normally, supposedly because of the whole, don't be ashamed of who you are.
But to me, that's always come off as a weird character moment, because Sasha's always been outright the weirdest fucking person in the room.
Right?
So it doesn't make sense that she's like this closeted hick that's trying her best not to be her hick self.
She eats
eats like a hick.
Remember in the fucking first season when she was like, I'm gonna just eat a potato in front of this fucking military guy on the first day of training?
Yeah, honestly, she would have been a better character if she had been talking like this the entire time and ate potatoes like me.
Yeah.
Like, that would have made her at least, like... I mean, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what the situation in Japan is with that dialect, so it could have come off really fucking racist.
It is. It's more like a low-born accent.
Okay, so it's more like a Cockney accent versus, like, a dialect of a certain group of people.
It's actually more like the American, like, standard American English versus a Southern accent.
Okay, that's
Which is why in the dub, that's what they do.
Oh,
they do
okay.
A Southern accent for Sasha's dad in the dub.
Okay, and then broadcast English for everything else.
Yeah.
Okay, that totally checks out. But she would have been a much more compelling character that actually may have had something to... there should have been commitment one way or the other in the fact that this is really the only other character development, because we don't see any real development between her and Connie other than everyone just being friends. We don't really see any real development between her and I'm forgetting his name, but the Marleyan soldier in season 4 who was in love with her.
Nicolo.
Yeah, so like there's nothing really there that makes that death incredibly tragic.
Yeah.
But what does make it sad is she's easily the most innocent person in the entire group.
Yeah, that's like the only thing that makes that death though impactful, I feel like. Because if she had been any other character, with that much like character,
Yeah.
like you
Like
know, work.
an example of a character that would have worked that I would have a lot harder of a time liking Gabby for would actually be Historia Bennett because of her.
Honestly, even Connie, John or Connie. Honestly, I could
Actually, yeah, that's fair because both of those characters do come into their own. They have their own. Jean has such a crazy arc throughout everything because he has to be the straight man that's keeping everyone honest.
yeah.
And there is a point where he's like the secondary leader of everything. So you're right. There's just not a lot of character development done there.
And it's like, it's a shame too, because I think it could have been done. And it's just another example of like, again, I'm sorry to say, ECM's track record, female characters not given enough like actual like agency or even like motivation and arc.
I will say she doesn't have an arc, but she at least has agency in her story. She makes decisions herself. She makes decisions herself, but you also have to remember the conversation that we're having over femininity versus masculinity with these female characters. She is easily a more masculine character than
Historia
Mikasa and Historia.
Yeah.
So there's not really much. She doesn't really care much for her femininity. She doesn't care much for her appearance,
being ladylike, quote unquote.
Yeah,
like,
and you could say Mikasa doesn't have that, but Mikasa's always depicted as being this blushing girl
and
that's concerned
stoic,
with her
like,
crush, and like they're the feminine aspects. And again, when talking about gender, there's not one specific thing that has to do with gender at any given time. There's just many little pieces of personalities that we have randomly assigned to these two genders because that's how we like to decipher things, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it does mean that you have to be able to pick it apart when you're taking a look at characters like this.
Right, for sure. Yeah, that's my hot take. It's not actually as hot if I explain it. It's just that I started
Please
that.
repress the subscribe button. I know someone fucking unsubbed.
And here's the thing, like, we've already talked about how much we like Gabby as a character.
Yeah.
Like, as much as like her character interactions, which is why I guess I'm more hard on the Sasha thing.
Well, I'm really hard on the fandom for how they've treated Gabby.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of the general.
Yeah.
That's just kind of my general thing. But I don't want to put Sasha down because of that.
Well, I do. And because everybody loves Potato Girl. I want to be the contrarian. Anyways, let's talk about Pastor Nick.
I forgot about this character up until this season.
Yeah, because he kind of is here, and then he dies in season 3. And
I love the way that Hanji just immediately, like, we open up on season 2, and she's just fucking manhandling him immediately.
Well,
like,
wouldn't you? Like,
oh yeah, no. If that man thought that he had the nerve to be able to hide something that important and just walk away, yeah, no. He gets death threats. He gets armed. He gets everything. Well, they totally treated that the right way.
He was willing to hide it, though. That's the craziest thing. And not just like afraid to die. He was proud to die.
Yes, and that's the reason why Hanji kept his ass fucking alive.
Because it's like, if you're not telling me this because, you know, you're just like afraid or whatever, and I can torture it out of you.
Yeah.
You're willing to die to protect this thing.
Yes.
Which,
honestly, to me, that speaks a lot more to the fact that Hanji was easily the next choice to actually lead it. No, I'm forgetting.
Erwin.
When Erwin died.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense why she is the next person, because she has the brain to get it done.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not she has the ambition or the same world look as him is clearly an issue in season 4.
Yeah.
But she has it down, and this is like one of those moments that's just like, this is a truly competent character.
Mm-hmm. Somebody who knows like to make the right call.
Yes.
Always.
Yeah, and she has it down, and in this moment with him, and then the fact that like they managed to take him away, they have him under close guard, and she has all these ideas, and then just to highlight the next person that's going to be a successor in this chain of command.
Yep.
Armin is like, oh, I hypothesized about everything you just talked about.
Yep.
Like, literally, all the research that she does on, like, okay, well, big news, everyone. The hardening and the hardening material here and the wall are pretty much the same thing. And then Armin's like, oh, I had a feeling. That's nice. And everyone's just like,
You fucking what?
You what?
You predicted? How the hell did you do
Like,
that?
what's going on, Mr. Smarty Pants?
Armin's that guy who's just like, oh yeah, I knew that, even though he had no idea. It's like the guy in a
yeah, except Armin's a fictional character, so he gets to be
he gets to be the smart guy.
Dude.
He also has like another great idea where he's like, why don't we just move at night to do the whole wall operation? Because that's when Titans are asleep. He does he like plans for that.
Well, I mean, okay, let's be honest. If no one came up with the "let's do it at night" thing before, I'm genuinely shook at the incompetency, because that's something that they should have like uncovered about the Titans like early in experimentation. And said, this is the best time for us to leave.
Yep. And I don't know why it's not like that for all operations, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, like well, clearly the operation for the 27th expedition, they were just trying to flush people out.
Yeah, I just mean like before that even.
Oh, yes.
Like literally every other time.
Yeah, like they clearly knew. Yeah, no, it's fucking silly.
I don't know. But regardless, they learned that whole thing about the Titans and the walls and the materials that are made of. And I think the biggest thing that we have to just leave off on this episode with is the introduction of the most mysterious character, and probably in all of Attack on Titan, the goddamn Monkey Titan.
Monkey Fursona!
Yeah, he goes from because when you first see him and that first interaction with Mike, which R.I.P. Mike, there's like there's this moment where he's like standing on the roof and he's like, all right, and they like even mention he has the same skill as Levi, minus the Ackerman power.
Yep.
He is competent. He is a good man, a good soldier. Stands up on the roof and is like, all right, there's 3 more there, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck is that weird hairy gorilla Titan Sasquatch thing? He's like, whatever, the horse is coming. Then it goes for the horse, so then you're like, what the fuck? It's supposed to only go for humans.
Yep.
And then it talks.
What a phenomenal way to start season 2 off, by the way.
That is such a mindfuck when you hear them, because you've
never heard a Titan speak, not even the shifters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why it's especially like otherworldly, even more so than the Colossal, even more so than the Armored, because it's somehow even scarier that they can comprehend you.
Yep.
And the way that it talks and the information that you get, context clues, are also really good.
I love the this is a neat little contraption. How does it work? Oh, you I'm pretty sure we're speaking the same language.
Yeah, so
fucking come on, buddy. What's happening? What's with the weird spider climbing gear?
Yep.
Which
means which is already a couple things. You know that it's from a place that speaks the same language as the people inside the walls.
Yes.
Which is a huge clue.
Yes.
And then that they just don't know what ODM gear is. So that means that this is something that's only used and developed in this specific place.
Yep.
But the actual kind of fun thing about it is that they live in such enough of an advanced society where you're like, how could they possibly not know about these ODM gear? And then when you come to find out that they're actually more advanced than Paradise.
Yeah.
It's kind of this weird dichotomy where or this juxtaposition where he's like, oh, what is that? I actually don't know what that is.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
Well, I think my favorite thing is he's like, this is actually really clever.
Yeah.
Good job, guys. He kind of congratulates them on just wow, this is some really good ingenuity.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also when you know of Titan warfare, you know that there's kind of a moment oh shit, they know how to actually fight us.
Well, I mean,
he hasn't registered it as a full threat yet,
and he's never seen them being used against another person.
I think he's seen them being used against those Titans in particular there.
In the tower?
Yeah. Not just in the tower, but when when Mike's killing those Titans, yeah.
But that's very different than Levi.
Oh, yes. No, when you experience Levi for the first time, it's yes, this is bad.
Oh my god, is this God? Am I seeing God right now? Yep. But a fantastic character introduction. Too bad that we don't get his name backstory until How many episodes? Season 4.
We really get.
Backstory
I mean,
in season 4.
Yeah, season 3 we get him.
Yeah.
In full, but season 4 is when we finally understand who he is.
Yeah, kind of crazy that this is the episode where he's introduced, and yeah, we're gonna be able to talk about all that anymore. Any closing thoughts that you want to leave us off with?
I mean, I already shared my cursed thought.
Cool, the Fursona thing. Okay, so while you guys marinate on that Fursona talk, why don't you go ahead and let us know how cursed Ben's mind is down in the comment section down below. That'd be great. On a scale of 1 to 10, who in God's name would think of that? You should be ashamed of yourself. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, if you like this, let us know down in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what you thought of the episode. And hey, give us some questions or even thoughts. We might include them in our next episode.
Oh yes, we haven't done a comment read in a while.
We're going
to do more of those. Yeah,
we're gonna do that again. But until that time, it's Too Fast to Movie. You gotta say it at the same time when I say it.
I tried my fucking hardest. Why am I not enough?